So today we are looking at the Fedora LXQt 41 beta. So this is the desktop spin of LXQt of Fedora 41 beta. So here is the boot menu of the Fedora 41 beta. So let me quickly boot it in the live boot. So the LXQt version in the official website has mentioned like a 2.0, but I really don't know what's the version in the LXQt. But we are going to go through all those information as soon as the desktop layout is loaded. And about the main operating system or the main workstation or the main desktop environment, which is GNOME. So I already made a video of the GNOME 47 and also about the Miracle desktop spin, which is the latest spin, which is already available in my channel, which are two videos, like a workstation one and other one is the Miracle spin. So I already made and I already mentioned all the important information there. So I'm going to give you all the basic and important features only in this video. So I'm running it on the VMware, which is a virtual machine, and my hardware specs are like a 60 GB of a virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. And also the booting process will take a bit more in the virtual machines. As soon as the desktop layout is loaded, I'm going to mention how much of time it consumed exactly. But usually it should take like maybe 2 or 3 minutes usually, because it's in a beta stage, so it's going to take a bit more also. And about the user experience, in the virtual machines there will be some hiccups here and there. Sometimes in the bare metal there will be like a smooth transitions and all the animations, and also the user experience will be also good because it's a bare metal, so you need to understand these basic things. And here you can see the desktop layout is loaded. It didn't took like a 2 or 3 minutes, it just took like a minute or maybe 50-60 seconds. So here is our desktop layout. So before opening anything, let's first check the about LXQt. So as you can see, there is like some empty thing and also some new things here. So let's try to find the about LXQt. So I don't think there is something like that, but somehow I'm going to give you all the information in the terminal and all those things, so you don't need to worry about anything here. So let's see, is there any like a task manager or something like that in the LXQt? So I don't see any task manager or anything like that. So usually it was like a QPS or some application to show the system monitor. In this case there is nothing. So I'm going to first change the display settings. And here is our display settings. So default monitor settings have been applied. Here you should be seeing the notifications, and also it's kind of like a bug, I think. As you can see, the application menu went totally upside. So let's click on the application menu. So on all the applications, you should be seeing this, all the applications you get pre-installed. So there is no bloatware or anything like that. You can use it like a lightweight desktop environment, because LXQt is the lightweight desktop environment. If you want to use the Fedora, you can go with the LXQt if you have like a low-end PC. So let's first open the browser. So instead of Firefox, you are getting the Falcon, maybe because it's a lightweight web browser, I don't know, but here we are getting the Falcon web browser. And also kind of wallpaper looks kind of changed, but because I'll be posting 2 videos daily, so I can't really remember what such major changes, but you can easily find it out if you are really using the older version of Fedora, like for example 40. So this is a beta version. If you're a normal user, it's better to stay away from the beta version or the alpha version, whatever the version which are unstable, or the development version. So it's better to always go with the stable version, because there will be some issues and bugs. So it's better to wait for the stable version if you're a normal user. But if you're a distro hopper or if you're a Linux tester, you can try it in the virtual machines. So that was the version of the Falcon web browser. So let's go to the official website now. Let me show you the main changes. Let's type in Fedora Linux. And you can get whatever the desktop spin you want. There are a lot of desktop spins, for example, Cinnamon, KDE, Matte, and newer desktop spin is the Miracle one, which I already made a video. So right now it's taking a bit of time here. I'm using a VPN. Usually it should open, but I don't know why it's taking a bit of time here. So here is our website. Let's try to type in like about support so we can get any information. Usually you don't get anything, but let's try it. You can try it in the Firefox, you should be getting the information, but in the Falcon I don't think there will be some information here, like a distro information and some browser information. Let's try to type about support. So it says it's blocked, so that's the reason I'm just going to leave everything there. And here is the complete information of the 41. You can just click on the beta released and you should be seeing all the information. So I kind of see some lag here. I don't know, usually LXQt doesn't have that much of lag or any lag, but in this case it's showing some lag here. So as you can see, when I scroll it down, it's taking a lot of time and also some bit of lag. Here are the desktop spins you can download from here. And about the LXQt, it says some information is available in the official website of the Fedora for LXQt 2.0. It says it's having a 2.0 version, but I'm going to show you all the information, so you don't need to worry about anything. So these are all the things which I already mentioned in the workstation video of GNOME or the main desktop environment, which is GNOME 47. So I'm not going to go through all the information because it will be a waste of time and also it will be a bit lengthy also. So that's the reason I'm showing the important information. So here are all the important things or important changes in this release. So the release of the Fedora 41 official or the stable version will be at the end of the October or maybe at the starting of November. So these are all be the dates, like October end or November starting will be the official or the stable release will be available. And about the LXQt 2.0, we are using the LXQt now. So LXQt in Fedora will be upgraded to version 2.0, which notably ports the whole desktop to Qt6 and adds experimental Wayland support. So I don't know what version we are right now using, but I'm going to show you right now. So these are all the important information you can download as usual in the official website. Just go to the desktop spins, or else you can go to the get Fedora and spins, and you can choose the whatever desktop you want. So I'm going to make all the desktop environment videos, so you don't need to worry about anything. I'll be making those videos, and if you want to watch those videos, you can watch those videos and decide whether to use the distribution or the desktop spin or not. So if you want to get notification, you can subscribe and turn on the notification, or else you can just keep an eye on my channel, because I'll be posting 2 videos daily. So today's video will be LXQt and another video will be one will be Fedora, other desktop spin, or maybe some another Linux distro. But I'm going to surely post all the desktop spins. I posted yesterday, today, and I'll be posting tomorrow and day after tomorrow. I'll complete all those desktop spins. So here you can click on the download. I don't know, there is like some hiccups in the browser. Usually LXQt doesn't have some lag or anything like that in the even in the virtual machines. But I don't know, there is some issues, but it's okay. It's even a beta version, so we can't say anything. So just click on the beta downloads. And about the system requirements, let me show you that also. Just type in like a Fedora and system requirements, because a lot of users need some system requirements in order to run the Fedora Linux. So it's DuckDuckGo, so I don't really think it's going to give you exactly information, but let's try to find. It's a LXQt desktop environment. You know how much of resources it's going to consume. So it's not going to consume a lot of resources. So it's a LXQt desktop environment, and just type in like this. It will take directly to the official website. So right now there is no such thing here, but I'm going to show you all the information. So here is some information which we already saw in the beginning or a few minutes ago. So here are all the interesting things you see in the LXQt, like a multimedia. You get the 3 player and all those things, Featherpad and Q, PDF view. And here are some utilities going online, like a Falcon web browser, network manager, and all those things, like a torrent client. So about the requirements, let me just remove the LXQt and just keep it like a system requirements and hit enter. So So usually when you are on the Google search engine, it's going to exactly show you the right thing, but in this case DuckDuckGo, sometimes it's going to show you like this. But the main thing, you should be going to the docs, Fedora docs, and you should be getting all the information. So minimum system configuration is like you need to have like a 2 GHz dual core processor, 2 GB of system memory, and 15 GB of unlocated drive. So it's a LXQt, so it's going to be a bit lesser, but I don't know how it's going to perform even if you have like a 1 GHz processor, 1.5 or 1 GHz. And about the RAM, 1 GB, I don't think 1 GB going to perform properly in 2024. So it's better to have this much of system requirements, minimum system requirements. If you have like a lesser requirements, or if you have a low end PC, so you can try it on your own and decide how it's going to perform. It's not the exact information here. So they are saying like this, you need to have this much of resources, but we don't know. Sometimes even if you have a low end PC, there should be some cases the LXQt will be running properly. So it's better to try on your own and decide whether to use those desktop spins or not. So if you have like a low end PC, try the LXQt and you should be good. And it's a beta version. It's better to try it on the like a old PC or a PC which you don't use, or else you can try it on the virtual machines. I don't think the virtual machines will work on the older PC, so it's better to wait for stable version and then go with the LXQt. So these are all the recommended requirements like a 2 GHz quad core processor, 4 GB system memory or the RAM, 20 GB of hard disk. So these are all the recommended requirements. So here is complete information. You can get all the information just pausing the video. So about the display resolution, it says like a VGA 1024 x 768. So most of the users in 2024 should be having like at least a 1366 x 768 or else like a 1920 x 1080. So it should be also working properly, but the minimum requirements of the monitor should be like this. And about the graphics hardware, here is the complete information like a Intel ProRier or to a GMA 9XX, NVIDIA ProRier to NV30. So Radeon, here is all the information. And about the CPU accelerated graphics, here is the complete information. You can just get all the information here. So we got all the information here. Let's open the terminal. So here you can see you can add your favorite by right clicking items from category. So let me open the Q terminal, which is the terminal for the LXQt. Let's first check the Qt version 6.7.2. Let's check the terminal version 2.0.1. So let's type in inxi. So it says command not found. So I'm going to install the inxi. Sudo dnf install. So I clicked wrong, typed the install. Install inxi. Hit enter, and there is no live password or anything. It's going to automatically put in the password. So if you logged out, you just need to click on login and it's going to log you in. I'm going to show you at the end because the main things should be not the main thing, just a simple thing should be pushed to end. So I'm going to show you the logout thing also. So it's going to install the inxi. Let's continue with the panels and all those things. Configure task manager. So here it says all the information. So here you can customize according to your wish. So about the LXQt 2.0, we don't know anything about the LXQt 2.0. So we can just open the browser and just type in like a LXQt 2.0 and you should be getting all the information. Let's remove this. LXQt. Just hit enter. So there will be some official website in the first link. So the official link is lxqt-project.org. So about the versions, you should be seeing all the versions of the 2.0 here. So there is a bit of lag in the browser. So on the desktop it's nothing, but in the browser it's having some issues. So about the 2.0, you can get all the information right here. You can go to the releases and get all the information, like for example the terminal and QTerm widget 2.0 and all those things. So here is all the information. So release LXQt 2.0, which is released on April 2024. Here are other changes. So here you should be seeing the LXQt 2.0 is based on Qt. I already showed you the Qt version, and also here are some Pacman information, Wayland information, and the LXQt panel, QTerminal. So here is the complete information. You just need to type in like a LXQt and it will directly show you the first link, or else you can just type in the LXQt official website, which I showed you in a few seconds ago. So here are all the changes of the LXQt. So let's close it and let's see what happened to the INXI. So I'm going to type in Y in order to install the INXI. So we can get all the important information because I already showed main changes, or I discussed everything in the workstation video of Fedora 41 beta. So this is the LXQt. So I'm just going to talk about the LXQt information and all those things. So as you can see, it's taking a bit of time. So we're going to continue with some of the desktop features. So I already showed you the configure task manager. Here is the configure panel. If you want to customize your panel, here are all the changes. So do let me know what changes you see here, and here are the manage widgets. And let's try another things. So you can add a new panel if you want, and also here you can log this panel. About the desktop features, here is the date and time, here is the volume, here is the media disk removable, here is the notifications. So we got 3 notifications. I'm going to clear all. And also you can change the internet connections. You can go to internet connection here. So about the power management or all those things, I kept everything as default, so I didn't change anything. So right now we just installed the INXI. Other than that, I didn't install anything. So I'm just going to type in INXI-SV8. Just hit enter and you should be seeing all the important information. Let's try to change the color of the background. Let's go to the preference. Can we change the color? Shortcuts, drop down, bookmarks, appearance. So it says Linux. So I'm going to choose the Linux black and white. And we just style default. Let's click apply. So here we have all the information. So I'm going to scroll it up and get all the important information. So host, it says as a local host live because we are running it on the live boot. And also the main changes is the kernel. So this is the latest kernel of Linux, which is 6.11. So I'm going to show you the kernel information also, because some people want to know the exact kernel information. So why not we show every important information? I already showed you the LXQt desktop environment 2.0. So let's try to type in like a Linux kernel in order to go to the official website. Just type in like a Linux kernel in whatever search engine you are and it will take you to the first link, or else you can just type in like a www.kernel.org and you should be going to the official website. So this is the link. So it's not working, I think. So here is the link. So because of the browser lag, I can't really understand. There is loading, or at least there is lag or something like that. We can't understand in the browser. So there is no round sign or the loading sign here. So let's just ignore all those things and let's get important information. So the version we are using in the kernel or in the Fedora is 6.11, as you can see. So here is the version, which is a mainline version 2024 9.15, and the stable version is 6.10.11, which is not installed in the Fedora. This is the one which is installed, and here is the long-term information about the things like a mainline, stable and long-term, and about the releases. You can just click on the releases, and here you should be getting all the important information. So mainline, here is the mainline information, what is the mainline, and here is the stable information, and here is the long-term version, and here is the release dates, and here are all the projected end of life. So the 6.6 will be end on December 2026. So here are all the dates of the end of life of a Linux kernel. And in order to get the kernel information, you just need to type in like a uname-r, or else you can type in like a uname-a, and you should be getting all the information. So here is the kernel information. So let's close everything. So the kernel we are using is 6.11. Here is the 64-bit. Compiler GCC version is 22.43.3. Sorry, I'm a bit of stuttering, I'm a bit of tired, I didn't sleep properly. And also I'm sitting far away from the monitor, so there will be some misspeakings, but if you can see all those things, you can read on your own. Just pause the video if you want. So the desktop environment we are getting is 2.0.1 as mentioned in the official website of Fedora. They said like we are using 2.0. You are using the version 2.0.1 here. So you get the latest version of LXQt desktop environment. And about the Qt version, you are getting 6.7.2 and open box version is 3.6.1, and the distro is Fedora Linux 41. So it's a pre-release, so it's a beta, so it says as a pre-release. And about the machines, so it's clearly unnecessary because it's a VMware. You don't need to worry about VMware information, so I'm just going to ignore that. So now let's talk about the RAM. So I'm using a 8 GB of RAM, which I already mentioned in the beginning. So the available RAM is 7.7 GB and it's using 1.08 GB. So you can consider it as a lightweight because when you run it on the bare metal, it's going to be consuming a bit lesser, like a 300-400 MB lesser. So even if you have like a 1 GB of RAM, everything should be working properly. So you can try it on your own, but when we are not opening any of the applications or any applications are running in the background, so it's consuming 1.0 GB in an idle state. But when you open some applications, you should be seeing the RAM a bit more. Even if you open like a 3 or 4 applications, it's going to be like a 1.5 GB maximum. On the bare metal, it should be like a 1.1 GB and something like that. So if you have like a 2 GB of RAM, you should be good with the Fedora 41 release with the LXQt. It's going to be running smoothly without any issues. And also the user experience will be way better compared to the virtual machines. So if you have like a low-end PC, just get like a 2 GB of RAM and you should be good with the latest applications and all the latest releases and all those things. So you get the latest kernel and also you should be getting the updated applications and all those things. And other things also, you get the latest Fedora release also will be the latest version for the PC. So it's going to be working without any issues, like it's going to perform like a buttery smooth. So it's always a better to wait for like a stable release and go with the stable release if you have like a low-end PC. And always do your own research, even if I say anything new or anything like that. Even if you watch some favorite videos of your favorite Linux distros, so there are like a lot of channels who make videos of some of the Linux distros, even me. So never like watch someone's video and decide to install some Linux distros. Always do your own research and get all the information on your own, because we just make a video and we go to another Linux distro. So it's better to do your own research, try it on your own and then install if you want it. So if you're already running a stable Linux distro which has a good support, which has a good stable things and without any issues, it's working properly, then it's better to leave it like that and use this Linux distribution instead of new things. So if the current operating system is working fine, then it's not like you don't need to ruin it like that installing some new Linux distros. Let it run until it has some issues, then you can change the Linux distros. But if it's running properly, you don't need to change it. So let's continue with the video. About the CPU, I already mentioned I'm using Intel i5 1240p. And here is the CPU information. Here are all the vulnerabilities which is unnecessary for the video. Let's scroll it down and get some important information. Let's talk about the graphics. So VMWGFX version is 2.20.0.0. Display is X11. Server XORG version is 1.20.14 with the XWayland version 24.1.2. And here is the display resolution. Here are all the monitor resolutions available. And OpenGL version is 4.3. Mesa version is 24.2.2. And here is some additional information. Let's scroll it down and get some audio information. So here is the ELSA version of the audio, and here is the PyFire version which is 1.2.3, which is same as in every desktop spins, and also in the main operating system of the Fedora desktop environment, which is GNOME. So here is some information like a network, Bluetooth and all those things, so which is unnecessary for the video, so I'm just going to scroll it down. And also there are some repos, process and all those things. So process running right now is 288 and the uptime is almost 16 minutes. And what else we left here? Init systemd version is 256, shell bash version is 5.2.32, INXI version is 3.3.34. So we got all the information here. So let's type in like a, let's open another tab so we can see properly. Let me type in cat /etc/issue. So let me remove one S and hit enter. And let me type in INXI. So it's going to give you short information here. INXI-SV8. So we already saw the INXI-SV8. Let me type in INXI-b. So instead of X I typed V. Just type in like a INXI-b, INXI-G, and the final one is INXI-F. So these were all the commands of the in the terminal, but let's try the hstop. So hstop is not pre-installed, you can just install by typing sudo dnf install hstop. So that's the hstop. And let's open the another tab and keep it like that. So we are going to do a stress test, but before that let's open the installer and see whether there is any change in the installer. In the GNOME desktop environment it was same, the installer didn't have any changes, but in the Miracle desktop spin the installer didn't open even after trying like multiple times throughout the video. But there was some issues, and also the battery options was also showing some error like a 0%. So if you want to check that video, you can check it out in my Miracle desktop spin video which I made yesterday. So the video will be available in my channel. If you want to check it out, you can check it out. So the installer is still not opening. Usually it take like maybe 15 seconds, but it's still not opening. So let's do a stress test by opening a bunch of applications. So basically a stress test in my channel is opening a bunch of applications to see whether there will be some lag or any crashes or anything like that. So because there will be a normal user will be opening like 3 or 4 applications at once. So that's the reason I'm doing a stress test usually to see there is any lag or any crashes when you open like a bunch of applications. So in the LXQt desktop environment you don't get any bloatware or anything like that, so I don't think there is anything here. So we are going to open whatever the applications are available in here. Let's open the power management also. So you don't get any bloatwares or anything in the LXQt desktop environment, so that's the good thing. So people who like the basic or usual things like a lightweight desktop environment with just a few applications without any bloatware, you can try the LXQt desktop environment of Fedora, or else you can call it as a Fedora LXQt desktop spin. So I opened all the applications available here. So everything is opening instantly. So there is like a minor hiccups here and there. So it's not a smooth experience. I already mentioned in the virtual machine there will be some hiccups here and there. But in my previous videos of Fedora LXQt desktop spin, there was no issues or any lag when you scroll in the browser. But I don't know why in this case it's having some issues. But this is like a beta version, so we can just ignore it until the stable version. And I'm going to make a stable version video also. I'm going to test it in there and we can get all the information there. But if you're a normal user, it's better to stay away from the beta versions or a development version. If you want to try it, you can try it if you have like a virtual machines like a VirtualBox or a VMware, or else it's better to stay away from this type of ISO files. So we opened all the applications. Let's see how much of resources it's consuming. So it's going to consume like a 1.74 GB of 7.7 GB. It's consuming like a 1.8 GB just for opening browser, image viewer, and some basic things. These are all some less resource consuming applications, but it's consuming like a 1.7 GB. So if you have like a GIMP and like a Blender applications, it's going to consume a lot of resources. But if you're a normal user who just opens the browser and media players and some text editor, documents, and all those things, so even if you have like a 2 GB of RAM, it's going to run properly without issues in a bare metal. So this is how it's running on the virtual machine. So when switching the applications, I don't see any lag or any crashes or anything. So everything is working fine without any issues. So already mentioned the latest version of the desktop version is 2.0.1. So everything is working properly and all the applications will be having the version of 2.0.1, which I already mentioned in the official website of LXQt desktop environment. As you can see, here is the image version, which is Qt 2.0.1. And here is the about Qt 5.15.15. And about the application version is 22.08.8. And here is some additional information. Here are the options. Let's close it. Here is the power management. I kept everything as default, which I already mentioned in the beginning. So if you want to customize, you can customize. And some error, it says authorization failed. Let's click on OK. Let's click again OK. So it's not working. Let's try to quit it. So here is the appearance. You can customize your appearance, icon, themes. So you don't get any changes here. You just get some basic themes and about some basic fonts. Here is the cursor, GTK style. And here is the window manager preference. Customize according to your wish. So I kept everything as default. So here is the about. Let's close it. So it opened multiple. You can install a new theme or you can create a theme archive. So here is the about application information 2.1.5. So that's all the applications. So everything was working fine, but the application or the RAM was consuming like a 1.74 GB. So it's consuming 1.8 GB of RAM throughout the video when we open the applications. But in the beginning it was like a 1.1 GB in an ideal state, but right now it's consuming like a 1.8 GB. So it's clearly up to you to test on your own and decide whether to use this desktop spin or not, but it's going to perform way better on the bare metal. Don't judge on watching this video. It was doing these things in my virtual machines, but it's going to be performing way better in the bare metal. So this will be same cases in every Linux distros, whether it's a Fedora, whether it's a Ubuntu, whatever the Linux distro you name it, will be a bit different in the virtual machines and also in the bit different in the bare metals. It's going to be consuming less CPU and also less RAM, so it's going to consume less resources. So it's always better to try it on your own and decide whether to use that Linux distro or not. So do your own research, and if you want to try it, you can try it. And it's always a good option to do your own research and see whether it's going to work properly or not. Don't just blindly go and watch someone's video and try to install the Linux distros. Always go with the well-known distros, because even if you have some bugs or any issues, you can get all the answers from sources like forums and in the Google and all those things. People will also help sometimes, so that's the reason it's always go with the well-known distributions instead of fancy Linux distros. Always go with the stable Linux distros which has a good support, which going to be run properly. And also go with the Linux distributions who are people will be a lot of people using those distributions. Go with this type of distribution, so people can also easily help you if you have some issues. Don't just go with the fancy things. You can do fancy things on your own distributions if well-known distributions also. You just need to spend some time on the tutorials and you can customize your desktop. Go with the well-known distributions, for example like Ubuntu, MX Linux, and also the Linux Mint. There are a lot of well-known distributions which are from past 10-15 years. So it's always good going with the well-known distributions instead of some fancy things. So this is how it performed in my virtual machine. So everything was working fine, just some browser lag and all those things. So as you can see, the applications are also moving smoothly without issues. So that's how it performs. So this was my final thoughts of the video. So here is the about LXQt version. I didn't even see the icon here. So I thought some application grid, something like that, but here is the actual about LXQt. So that's the reason you need to check on your own. You need to get all those things. So it will be a bit curious when you try all those things on your own instead of reading all the in the websites and all those things. You need to do all your research, and you should be searching all the things on your own, and some curious things will be also coming in your way. So that's the reason, do your own research. So about the LXQt version, which is 2.0.0, which I already mentioned in the beginning and also in the terminal also. So let me show you the logout screen, and I'm going to end the video. And also after a few hours I'm going to post another video. There will be some gap like a 4 or 5 hours because I need to make another video, so that's the reason. Here is the settings like a power management and all those things which I already showed in the beginning. Let me show you the logout screen, and I'll be posting like a 2 videos daily, so if you want to subscribe you can subscribe. So it's better to get turn on the notification, subscribe and turn on the notification, so as soon as the video is released you should be getting a notification instead of waiting, or else you can just keep an eye on the channel. Instead of that you can just get the notification by subscribing. So I'll be posting 2 videos daily. So this is how the logout screen is visible right now. You get the LXQt desktop and also the open box. Sorry, my voice is completely going slowly. So the password is just click on enter, it's going to log you in. So that was the video of the Fedora 41 beta LXQt spin. Thanks for watching. Peace out.